Good morning. I am going to double check my sound, and if I get a thumbs up, I know you can actually hear me this morning. Welcome to the fourth day of the Enroll More Clients Clarity Sprint. So I'm going to take just a second. So we're doing two things here, and I think it's important that we, as a coach instructor, as a mentor coach, as somebody who works with coaches now for almost 20 years to get their work into the world, I believe that every opportunity is a learning opportunity. And I am so passionate about helping coaches get their work into the world that I want to make certain that you are learning with the journey along the way. So just as, because we are both live streaming this to people who might not know me, and then we've got people right here in the studio with me who signed up specifically for this challenge, who have been walking this challenge every single day, doing amazing work. I just want to take a moment to say hello to those people who might not know me or what this whole thing is about. I'm Meg Rentschler. As I mentioned, I am a coach instructor. I'm a coach mentor. I am an executive coach, and I am absolutely stinking passionate about helping coaches build their businesses and get their work into the world. As I said yesterday, although I might have said this when I was on mute yesterday, we do important work. And if people don't know about the work we do, or they don't know what the opportunities are, then they don't necessarily engage with us. And then they don't get the benefit of what we do. And we don't get the benefit of being able to do the work that we love, that we're passionate about, in a way that supports us so that we don't have to do something else to also support us. So with that, we have been walking a 5-day challenge, and it's been amazing. We've met every morning at 9 a.m. right here, and have shot our voice out across my platforms also, just to let you know what's possible, to let you know what's available. So even if you didn't sign up for the challenge, first of all, if you're listening now and saying, oh, I wish I had, because I want those worksheets and I want those replays, you can still sign up at starcoachshow.com/5day. And basically, if you do that, you can get all the replays and you can get all the worksheets through tomorrow, and you can do the work and get get some clarity. And I will say that the people who have been doing the work are telling me, like, oh, it's opening their eyes to new things. It's giving them new perspective and new angles for how to engage with their clients and enroll those clients so that they can have full practices and feel really good about the work that they're doing. So if you're watching us from the world out there and you don't know what this is all about, that's what the 5-day Enroll More Clients Challenge is all about. You certainly have time to still get all that information from me if you so desire at starcoachshow.com/5day. When I introduced myself, I said I was a coach instructor and a mentor and an executive coach, but I forgot to say I'm also the host of the Star Coach Show. So if in fact you are wanting some information about ways to build your business, keep your skills strong, engage with organizations, be sure to check out starcoachshow.com or on all the platforms, or definitely at YouTube. So let's talk about today. Let's just kind of set the stage for what we've been doing. So far, you all have been amazing. Day one, what did we do? We did the language decoder. We found out what's the language that our clients actually use about what they need, about why they would engage with a coach. And we got super clear about that. And there were some exercises we went through to get super clear about that. We took that client language decoder, which is now in your Clarity Kit because you have that work that you did. Don't lose it. Keep it all together. Continue to build on it. And day 2, we walk through your unique transformation path. What is your clear journey that you walk your clients through to help them get to the place that they want to be? Each and every one of you is unique, and you have your own unique approaches, and that is awesome. I think one of the things that has come up in the VIP conversations is, do I need to guard that or protect what my path is? And I would say that laying out your path doesn't give away your secrets. Laying out your path just shows, if you want to walk this path with me, this is what we're going to do. And it creates comfort and structure for people who might want to engage with your services. And in my experience, the clearer we can make what this process looks like, the more comfortable it makes our clients, and the more likely they are to say, I get what I'm going to do if I work with you. And it's the actual engagement and doing the work that gets them the traction. So we created our unique transformation path, which yesterday we took into, how do I talk about this? How do I talk about what I do in a way that builds my own confidence and also builds confidence that for people who want to work with me to say, oh, this person gets me. This coach knows the path that I'm walking, and I want to walk that path with them. So we created a magnetic introduction that hopefully will attract your clients naturally. And we talked about the fact that, when we first noodle this around, it's going to feel kind of clunky at first. So you want to get a message that you're able to just confidently, unapologetically explore with people when they say, what is it that you do? Or when you're often if you're speaking, you want to be able to kind of, without any hesitation or apology, confidently talk about, when I work with clients, these are the kinds of things that we do, or this is in my experience, X, Y, and Z is that. The clearer you get about who you are and what you do with whom, and are able to talk about that in a way that just rolls off the tongue, in language that's really genuine to you, versus like, I feel like I have to read it every time because it's just not me. You want to get to a place where it's really you. Okay. So gosh, it's only Thursday and you've already done all of that. Are you all exhausted, or are you still in there and ready to go? Let's keep moving forward. Be sure to leave a comment if you are like if anything's going up. I see Nicolette is here from the outside, like listening. So Nicolette, it's great to have you here. And we've got awesome people here in the studio with us. Just an amazing morning. So welcome to everybody. Be sure to leave some comments about what you are gaining so far. What is, like, learn from one another and also support one another. When you share what you are learning, what's happening for you, that's going to encourage somebody else to step into a space that maybe is a little scary, or maybe they think that they're the only ones. How many of you feel sometimes like, am I the only one who struggles with this? Am I like the only one who doesn't seem like I can just put all the pieces together? I'm a smart person. I know what I'm doing. Why is this so hard? Well, I think sometimes when we try to do it all by ourselves, it is really, really hard. And I want everybody, if anybody's like not paying attention, please pay attention. You are capable. You are bringing a plethora of talents and creativity to the table. It gets covered up sometimes by all the things that we think we're supposed to do, or the messages that we've been given, or the this person does it this way, and this person does it this way, and this person does it this way. So now I just don't know which way to do it, and I'm not going to do it at all. So that's why participating in something that, is well, really, what have I been doing this week? I've been challenging you to get clearer and clearer and clearer, to get focused. When you own your focus and your clarity, your confidence is going to go up, 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 up. Speaking of confidence, that's going to be an important thing for today, because what are we doing today? We have our language decoder. We have our unique transformation path. We have our magnetic message. Well, anybody who's here from my community knows that I have several megisms. And one of my big megisms is you cannot be a secret and a success at the same time. You just can't. You can't hide under a basket and just hope that people find you. I know I'm really good at this, and I just know that people will find me. No, you've got to let people know. Shine your light bright. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to challenge you, and I got to tell you, what's coaching all about? It's about a balance of support and challenge. I'm going to continue to support you, but I'm going to lean into some challenge this morning. And the challenge is you're going to take this new clarity that you have, and you're going to create one powerful piece of content that will definitely attract your clients. But this is my big thing. My thing is I bring value, offer something that will create an aha, or get somebody to think, oh, I'm not alone. So my whole thing is, if I put value out there and people read it and I never hear from them, I'm good with that, because they hopefully got touched by something. And those people who want to follow up and learn more and engage with my show, or engage with my posts, or engage with the community, or do mentoring with me, or any number of things, they will continue that conversation. But I know that there's a lot of people out there who listen to my show, or engage with my posts, or learn from what I do, and I'll never meet them in my life. And you know what? That's okay, because first of all, I couldn't possibly serve every single person. If every single person that consumes my content wanted to work with me, well, that would be a lovely problem, I suppose, but there's just no way. So I want all of you to also think in your brains, when you're like, I need to build my business. Get realistic about the numbers you actually need. If you're working with organizations, you might need 2, 3, 4 organizations. If you're working with individuals, think about what you really need and then what you're working toward. So I was just working with a client the other day and said, okay, what's your bottom line? What do you need to survive, to put food on the table, gas in your car, and keep your house over? What do you absolutely need? And then let's build towards what you want or what your goal is. But I think sometimes we're going from zero to what we want the goal, versus let's chunk it down. Let's break it in stages. Okay, I completely went down a bunny trail on that, but stay with me here, because the whole reason we're talking about this is that until you let people know what you do, they're not going to know that you have what they need and want and desire. So we're going to do a piece of content. Now, this is the deal. How many of you, and you can put, for the people here in the studio, just put it in the chat, have no earthly idea how to put a piece of content out? When I say, I just want you to post something, you're like, I don't know what that's a big lift. Or So that might be, and that's fine because we can talk about that. We can also talk, well, what if I put it out there and nobody likes it? I would ask you. Yesterday, I went live for 2 full minutes on mute, and I am still breathing today. I don't think anybody liked that I was muted for 2 minutes. I certainly didn't like that I was muted for 2 minutes, but we just continued to flow. This is the other thing because I hear that a lot from coaches. I'm afraid that I'll get haters, or I'm afraid that I'll, like somebody won't like what I have to say, or they're not going to engage. It's going to go to crickets. Well, you know what? Sometimes it does go to crickets, and that's okay, because like Valerie said, never assume that people aren't getting values just because they don't engage. Never assume that just because you don't get likes or comments that people aren't reading it and thinking about it. So a couple things I want you to think about when we go about putting out just one piece today. You've got the AI prompts in your worksheet on how to take the work that you've done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and use that work and say, what would you recommend that I put out? I talk to my AI like it's a real person, because it feels more conversational to me. So I'll say like, hey, Claude, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm thinking, and what would you recommend that? And then we have a conversation. So it might be that today you think, I'm guessing, because maybe let me back up from that. You don't necessarily have to guess, because if you did your assignment on day one and you explored some forums, whether it was Facebook or LinkedIn or Reddit or Threads, to get some ideas of the language that your clients are posting when they're struggling with something, whether it was women in leadership or stay-at-home moms or health and people looking to lose weight, or whatever that was. So hopefully you have a pretty good idea of the platform that they're on, that you can reach out to them on. Then you've got lots of options. I don't want you to make this complicated. Let's not make this complicated. Let's just give it a try. Excuse me for coughing on you. So what I mean by give it a try is think about, what is one powerful message that came up for me during my work today, this week? Was it a specific struggle that I realized that it seems like everybody I work with is struggling with, whether being seen in the workplace, being able to speak with authority, whether it is getting their message out into the world, whatever that your audience, because it would have come up in your work earlier this week, you can address that specific struggle. You can address it in a question. I wonder, do you struggle with this? You might even be really transparent and say, I've been working this week on a 5-day clarity sprint enroll more client challenge. I put all those words backwards. And this is what came up for me as a common issue. I'm wondering, does this ever come up for you? And here's a tip that I would give you if it did. And then maybe share some tip, some kind of something that they can walk away with value with that. Maybe your content this week, if you're like, Meg, I'm scared of social media. I get it. It's a process. Maybe what you do is email all the people that are on your list. Now, if you don't have a professional email list yet, it might be people that you've worked with over the years that maybe don't know that you've now become a coach and that you're doing coaching. So maybe you construct an email saying, did you know that I'm making a transition? I'm super excited about my transition. And I've been doing some work around what are the struggles or the desires that my population works with. And so here's some of the things I've learned. And if you know somebody who is struggling with something like this, or if you yourself are, and you'd just like to have a conversation, or you'd like to refer my name to that person so that we can have a conversation, I would love it. This business is built on, having conversations. And this is not a hard sales call. This is just like, if you want to have a conversation about this, would love to do that. So that might be the content you put out today, that you send out an email. Okay, we're going to up the game just a little bit. Or what you might do is a 60-second video introducing yourself, saying hello, and exploring something that sharing a tip, sharing a strategy, exploring, using your transformational message that we talked about, that magnetic message, and saying, I just wanted to share a tip today. I am Lynn, and I work with these people to create this kind of a result. And I just wanted to share a tip if that resonates with you, and boom, here's a tip. And this is what I'm going to challenge all of you to do, whether you send an email, post something, do a video, just ask some kind of call to action, whether it's leave a comment if this resonates with you. Let me know if you have an additional, like, did I leave something out that you would, you think would be really valuable? If you want to contact me, grab my, email in the chat, or my website in the chat, or whatever. Because if you put your follow-up in the chat, in the comments, it somehow helps. I can't tell you that I'm really good at all of that, but what I will tell you is just a little tip. If you've never posted to social media before, and you're putting, let's say, some kind of link, let's say you actually have a lead magnet that you want them to, like, if this resonates with you, click here and you can get more information with my download of X, Y, and Z. Anyway, if you're going to put a link in your post, but you actually have a picture or a video that you want to attach the media before you put the link in, or you have to kind of X out of, because it's going to automatically create an attachment. And it sometimes makes it difficult for you to put your own attachment in. I know that might be like getting into the weeds, but I talked to people yesterday in the VIP group who are like, I haven't posted. So sometimes just a few tips are helpful. Putting some kind of a visual on your post will probably get more eyes on it, and you don't have to make it complicated. And this is the other thing. If you're going to do a 60-second or 30-second video, just log into your Zoom account, record it, probably record it again. If you're like me, you'll record it again, and then decide, okay, just like, which one do I like the best, and publish it, or like just download it and upload it. It's like the world will continue to scroll, and somebody is going to look at your video and say, thank you. That's just what I needed today. Okay. This is, so whether you post to LinkedIn, Facebook, send an email to your email list, do a quick live on Instagram, just hold up your phone and talk to it. Whatever you do, take the work that you've done this week and put something out into the world. And on your worksheet for today, you have a plethora of AI prompts to use to just kind of help you along the way. And I just want to say one more thing about AI. I think that AI creates all sorts of delightful opportunities. And I also know that it can be, it has its own sort of issues. So what I would say to all of you is make sure it sounds like you, make sure it's your own. You don't have to take whatever AI gives you, but AI can help us get out of the swirl in our head, get out of what makes sense to us. We can kind of check, does that make sense to somebody else? And it can just get us out of that blank page syndrome. You can ask, give me a 30-second script to talk about what I have, and then just practice it. Just practice talking into the camera and saying whatever this beautiful words are that represent what you do. And just, even if you decide not to publish it, I think that, it will help you. Oh, yeah, I love that. Dennis says that he has to fight AI dependency. And I agree. Dennis, I think we have to find a balance, right? Which is why I've been saying all week long, you've got to do the work first. Do the work before you use the AI, because we want this to be true to you. We want this to be your work. And I do believe that we have to kind of find that balance, because AI is a bit seductive in like, ooh, let me just put it into AI and see what it says. And Stephanie, you are welcome that I normalize the challenges, because there are challenges, ladies and gentlemen, and we just want to kind of step into the space and do the best we can. I can tell you this with all sincerity. I have not met anyone or heard about anyone who fell over dead from a bad post, or like, absolutely quit breathing because their email didn't get a response. This is all a process of building momentum, building our outreach, and it starts with the first step. And so today, I hope today is your first step. Yes, the wordsmithing rabbit hole. Just post it. Love that, Dennis. Love it. Okay, so we have a few minutes. If anybody has a question, anybody here in the studio wants to come up on stage with me and ask a question, just put your name in chat, and I will know to call you up onto stage, because you can't put yourself on stage, but I can put you on stage. So if anybody has a question or wants to come up on stage, okay, Dennis has a question. We're going to add him to the stage. Dennis.
Hi, good morning, Meg. Good morning, team. I guess what I've noticed, and I've been posting a little bit probably over since I've been in the course, actually, bit the bullet, made my first post, life didn't change, and I kept on going.
And he's still here in front of us, alive and well. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
but I guess what I'm getting at is, and I think some of my colleagues are going through the same thing, we're slaves to some sort of cryptic algorithm, and we spend hours putting together content, and then it might get 3 views, 4 likes, and we're like, what the heck, And I just want to get your thoughts on how to, quote, beat the algorithm or hack the algorithm, because AI lies about that a lot because they don't know. And
because it changes all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And I know for a fact that LinkedIn, of course, is cracking down on AI generated content. And they're suppressing it through the algo. So I just want to get your thoughts on that, what you've heard, and techniques to overcome it.
That's a great question, Dennis. Thank you for that. So what I would say about that is, I don't know that there's a magic secret for breaking the algorithm, because they change the algorithms all the time. But one thing I would say to all of you is, when you do post, mention some people in your post so that they get their eyes on it. So let's say you are posting something and that some of your fellow students would benefit, in the program, might like to kind of see what you have to say, or somebody you've worked with, or you've got some people that you're linked in with, that message is specific to their population. Mention their name, say and have their names in there. What ends up happening is that feeds that into their feed, which increases the reach. Now, obviously, you don't want to just kind of like name people if you don't think it's going to bring them value. But think about that when you're creating a post. Who might, this content be really focused on? Let me just put there, what do you, and then say, I'm just wondering what you think about this, and name 6, 8, 10, 12 people. And that's one way. And then maybe even pair up with some other people for, like, I'm going to mention you in my post, you mention me in your post, we'll come and we'll like engage with those posts. And what that does is that sort of goes around, so the algorithm is saying, oh, people are noticing this post, let more people see it. So that's the only thing, like, use your network, use the people to help you lift up above the algorithm.
Thanks, Mac. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good luck. Keep me posted. All right. Excellent question. Anybody else have a question? All right, then. You've got your marching orders. So let me just go through this again today. You've already got your language decoder. You've got your unique transformation path. You've got your magnetic message. So now let's just get out from underneath the basket. Let's not hide and get out there. And I'm so delighted that Dennis asked his question, because that gives you just one more tip of something to do with your posts. Like, name a couple people in there. Do you have friends on LinkedIn with you or in Facebook? Like, note them in your post so that they see that you posted and they can give you some love. All right. So tomorrow, we're bringing it all together tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you're still alive and well, which I'm positive you're going to be, we are going to bring this challenge to completion. And I encourage you to bring all of your clarity kit, worksheet 1, 2, 3, 4, so that you feel the work that you've done. And we can dive into wrapping it up for you and helping you decide how are you going to keep that momentum and continue to move forward. So if nobody else has any questions for me this morning, I am going to wish you well for this beautiful Thursday. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. I mean, you might be like, Meg's making it sound like it's no big deal, and it's a big deal. I totally get that it's a big deal. And I totally get that you got this. People need to hear from you. There are people waiting for what you have to offer. And is it fair to just make them wait and not know that you're there to work with them? I don't think that's fair either. So that's how come I'm kicking you in the butt this morning. So with that, go forth. VIPs, I will see you at 4:00 Central this afternoon. If anybody is like, oh, dang, I want the replays. I want to be able to keep everything, and I haven't joined the VIP group yet. There is still time, because you still get everything from the week. So there is time to join the VIP and join us at 4:00. We have some amazing conversations in the VIP room. So, all right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a great Thursday. Thank you.